The lore and the story content in Destiny 2 and Season of the Splicer has been very good, but this week it's been turned up a notch with a fantastic exchange between Mithrax, Saint 14 and Lakshmi 2. Osiris is acting strange and Ikora Rey is very close to losing her temper, and today I'm going to show off the new cutscenes and the story content so you can be kept up to date with the latest narrative details in Destiny 2. If you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Well, a quick recap for how we got to where we are today. So the Vex have plunged the last city into an endless night, and we've aligned ourselves with a splicer called Mithrax, leader of the House of Light, and a group of Eliksni. So Ikora offered them refuge at the base of the last city. However, since they arrived, Lakshmi 2, leader of the future war cult, a faction in the last city, she's been waging a war of propaganda over the airwaves against them. So Lakshmi 2 claims to have seen visions with the fallen standing in the rubble of the last city, and she also claims to have seen visions before the Red War, before it happened. And this time, she's not going to be ignored, which is why she's taken her propaganda to the airwaves of Mithrax. He's fearful for his people, and this week's events have taken a nasty turn indeed. Well, this season, Ikora, Saint 14, Mithrax and Lakshmi 2, plus Osiris, have taken centre stage with the Crow, Zavala and Lord Saladin taking a slight back seat. Well, Osiris seems to be acting very, very strangely indeed. We'll check out this dialogue after the most recent expunge mission, where Mithrax offers to help Lakshmi 2, even though she's clearly waging a campaign against them.
Upon us. The tapestry of their design continues to fray. But this is far from over.
Lakshmi is certain that our continued efforts, combined with future war cult's technology, can locate the source of the Endless Night.
I am aware of the device Lakshmi uses. Does it not worry you?
In what way?
It is taxing on its user. To have one's consciousness fractured into countless splinters and rejoined again can be harrowing.
Lakshmi is up to the task.
This sort of technology is taboo among the Eliksni. But perhaps House Light can still offer some assistance. My engineers could improve on the design, make it easier for Lakshmi.
No. The Black Armory has already provided necessary enhancements for us. Lakshmi will manage, I'm confident. Besides, the less interaction Lakshmi has with your people at the moment, the better.
Yes, perhaps you are right.
Well, after this exchange, we head back to the tower to speak to a riled Ikora.
There's been a disturbance. Sabotage in the Eliksni camp. This wasn't just an attack on their ether stores. Someone wanted to send a message. Our citizens forget who they were before they found the safety of the city's walls. It's easy to mistake change as the front line of a battlefield. But this is a time for level heads and compassion. Saint 14 is already en route to investigate. I trust him, but he is torn between duty and doubt. And Lakshmi? The Vanguard has tolerated her broadcasts, as Zavala doesn't believe it's our place to interfere in civilian politics. I see now that was a mistake. We can't allow anyone to jeopardize our alliance with the House of Light, no matter their motives. Our citizens must see that the Eliksni are people, just like them. Get down there. Be the calm the city needs. Hear out grievances and keep tensions low, while I root out the perpetrators. It's time that Lakshmi and I had a little talk.
And next up, we have a heated confrontation in the Eliksni quarters at the base of the last city, and we understand a little bit more about the Eliksni's point of view of the Guardians, in particular, Saint 14.
You see what was done. Our ether tanks smashed. Our supplies stolen. Our home defaced.
I cannot find any witnesses. This is not surprising. The locals have been under enormous pressure. You're lucky it was not worse.
This destruction helps no one but the Vex. Please, instead of teaching your people to fear us, tell them the truth.
The truth is that your kind has preyed upon us for as long as we can remember. There's nothing I can say that will make them forget.
House Light has never raised arms against humanity.
Your houses and titles are layers of politics. You're still fallen.
You promised us your protection.
And you've had it. We allowed your brood to squat and chitter here in our city. But still, the Vex simulation persists. If you're displeased with how you have been treated for your failure, then I suggest you camp elsewhere.
Your people destroyed what little we possessed. Now we have nothing. Nowhere to go.
Humanity faced a challenge like that once. We banded together and built a city with walls to keep our enemies outside, where they belong.
We hear her broadcasts, but more than that, we feel the energy of her words in the air, sharp as blades pointed at an enemy. At us.
You cannot ask people to live alongside their monsters.
Listen to me now, Saint. Let me tell you something about monsters. Once, in a city grander even than yours, we prospered. But it did not last. Our great machine abandoned us. And when we pursued it, you sent something back. A creature fueled by hatred. It tore through our great houses like they were nothing. And then it came for the rest of us. Nowhere was safe from its insatiable rage. In its eyes, even the most innocent of Eliksni were still fallen. It could die, but it would not stay dead. It would shake off the rot and rise again. And if it caught you in its crushing embrace, impaled you on its ragged crest, dragged you screaming into its foul shell, none live to speak of these horrors. It called itself the Saint. My people must now see the creature every day. It sees us. If we wish to survive, we must all learn to live alongside our monsters.
So we then go back to the helm to listen to what Lakshmi 2 has to say for herself.
Guardian, I regret you had to witness my outburst earlier with the fallen leader. I am not a diplomat, and sometimes I can be terse. I know terrible things have been done in the name of the city. In the name of the future war cult. In my name. You understand, though. The city is a living thing, and it is rejecting the fallen, like a fever burning out an infection. I will speak to the fallen leader. Tell it that the future war cult will personally replenish their supplies when they are ready to move on. I do not wish them to think badly of us. I know they are your associates. What a city we would have if everyone's heart was as big as yours. Have you heard the song of the people echoing through the city? Rise up as one, march toward the sun. The words of people reaching for dawn in this endless night. People who have still not given up hope. Neither have I. And if you were wondering, this was not the conflict I have foreseen. No, that will come later. Unless I can stop it.
And finally we hear from Mithrax, clearly shaken by recent events.
I have no words left to speak. Lakshmi too, the saint. I do not know if I reached them. In truth, I do not know if I even reach you. The darkness of this night weighs on me more than any other. Know this. I will not stop fighting for those in this city. Even those who did this. The light passes through us all. We focus it through the prism of our will. Those who attacked us were blinded by fear. Poisoned by venomous words. They were focused badly. Bent badly. But they are not truly our enemies. We will not seek vengeance. We are not the monsters some believe us to be. Walking the path of the light takes strength. That is what we will remember tonight, as fear and hunger gnaw at us, as our hatchlings sleep in ashes.
Well, it feels like something is building here in Destiny 2 at the moment. The future Warcott are on the verge of rebellion against the Vanguard. The Endless Night is definitely taking its toll on the people of the last city, and they're lashing out against the Eliksni, fueled by Lakshmi's words. Well, what is Ikora going to do, and what is the next move for all of them? We're going to find out more next week. Well, let me know down in the comments what you think of the latest story beats in Destiny 2. And as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIFG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. See you soon.